here we go. Alright, Tomb of the Spider Queen. Gotta get the wave clear. Wave clear is critical on this map. Damage is good. Tanks are good. Wave clear is critical. So let's see how Arthritic Abathurs goes into this with an almost instant Ragnaros ban. Makes sense. Rag's so powerful right now. Still probably one of the best characters in the game. So I could see that. And Artanis. So Feral Clan not wanting to deal with any swaps tonight. Also a good plan, because who wants to get swapped into a really bad position? In AA, first picking Malfurion. Wow, we're just knocking it right out. Lucio and Tassadar for next pick. Lucio is a great healer, and Tassadar adding shields onto that. Feral Clan's going to be nigh indestructible if they can get everything to synergize the way they need to. So this could be actually really interesting. Arthritic Abathurs really needs to be looking for some big damage here. Possibly Gul'dan would be good for wave clear. Vala's good for damage. Let's see. Maybe go a tank so you don't get your tank banned out. Let's see how it goes. All right, and Johanna is a tank pick. This is probably her best map with with all the spiders that you got to clear out. So I definitely love the Johanna pick. All right, so next ban phase. You know, if we're Feral Clan, we got to be looking for some kind of damage that you don't want to face. You know, they already got Mouth, they already got Vala, they already got Johanna. They're just bringing damage, and they're gonna ban Sylvanas. Sylvanas is interesting on this map because if you take her, you can get a lot more value out of those spiders when they, the web weavers, when they actually pop up. So, yeah, Sylvanas is a good ban here. Doesn't do a lot of damage though. I don't know that Sylvanas would get through both Tassadar and Lucio, so that's interesting. But let's see what AA bans here. All right, the ETC ban. We don't want to see your mosh pit. I can respect that. All right, so now back over to Feral Clan. See what they decide to go here for the next two picks. I mean, at this point, leave your tank till last, or I guess maybe pick your tank and then leave your last DPS. But you got to bring some heavy damage. Maybe a Diablo Varian, or just Varian, like any combination of those two tanks, and then some big wave clear. I definitely want to see Gul'dan. I think Gul'dan Lucio might actually be the new hotness. Haven't actually tried that. Maybe the boys in Unstable can try Gul'dan Lucio tonight. We'll see how that goes. That could be interesting. All right, grabbing Muradin. Probably not going to see Playmaker. Probably going to see Avatar out of that Muradin. Solid tank pick, though. And a Chromie. All right. Big damage if she can land her combo. Interesting picks. All right. So the last two picks for AA, they definitely need more damage if they're going to get through Tassadar shields and Lucio healing. Lucio, the most recent addition to Heroes of the Storm, is actually a pretty solid healer, especially if you can switch tracks reliably, and you're mobile and you have your positioning down. So Lucio and Tassadar, man, that combination, I've been waiting to see that play out in a game. So I'm looking forward to see what Feral Clan can do with that, and I'm looking forward to see what AA's answer to that is, because they need some big damage. I'm not sure Tyrande was the choice there. Maybe they're thinking the vulnerability will help break through the healing in the shields. I'm not sure. And Kael'thas. I do like Dayuni's choice. Greymane Varian would have been cool on either side. And there's the Greymane as requested. So, Dayuni, you may not have gotten Greymane Varian, but you definitely got a Greymane in the game. Greymane doing some sick damage right now, especially if you go Cursed Bullet at 10. 35% of current heroes' health is nothing to shake a stick at. And I look forward to seeing what both teams can do in this draft. So, looks like everybody's on the characters they want to be on, and we're just going to jump right into the game. This is by far the quickest Chair League game I've gotten into this season. So, not complaining. All right, so here we go. For the blue team, Arthritic Abathurs, we have Daruk playing the Tyrande, Night Knight on Malfurion, Fatty on the Kael'thas, Belkram on the Vala, and the Captain Daz on Johanna. And for the red team, Feral Clan, we have Commodus on the Lucio, Basic Feral on the Chromie, Chronos Blade on the Muradin, Matty 16 on the Greymane, and Feral Clan's Captain Blue Cobalt on the Tacitor. So let's jump in. Let's see how this goes. I got to give a slight edge, I think, to Feral Clan. I think that Tacitor Lucio pick, number 1 and number 2, I don't know. I don't know if AA is going to be able to get some kills through there. I hope they are. It makes them match that much more interesting, but I just don't know if they can pull that off. Also, if you notice, this match is listed as a best of 3. It's not actually a best of 3. This is only going to be a best of 1 tonight, so we should be done at the end of this Tomb of the Spider Queen. Should make for a quick-ish night. Not going best of 3 here, though. All right, so let's see what we actually. Let's check and see we got any. I'm not seeing Skinergy on the side of AA or on the side of Feral Clan. So since neither team is showing Skinergy, neither team has that advantage. We're gonna call that a draw, and we're gonna see how this goes. It's definitely gonna come down to the best of the battle. All right, so both teams starting off with the typical, let's all rush mid. But Tyrande being Tyrande, of course, can scout that out almost immediately. And they know that all of them are there. I don't actually expect anybody to do anything here except maybe poke back and forth a little bit and see if maybe you can pick somebody off from being a little bit overzealous. All right, so neither team sending. Oh, Greymane is now going bottom lane. We do have a 4-man rotation from AA going top lane, and it looks like it's okay. Feral Clan is sending 4 people bottom lane. So Fatty on the KT is going to be surrounded by 4 people. So it looks like we have sort of a counter rotation going on. Feral Clan doing middle bottom, and AA doing middle top. This could be interesting. This leads to all sorts of I'm going to gank you possibilities. Looks like AA just rotating around bottom, maybe looking for that gank, making sure their KT is safe bottom lane, and then rotating back up top lane, or mid lane rather. Top lane, Tyrande and Muradin are going at it with each other. Okay, so AA is going to adjust to play the way that Feral Clan is playing. And by doing that, they actually end up giving Feral Clan the upper hand here. Because Feral Clan has still left 1 person bottom lane to clear while they do kind of a 1-3.5-1. Chromie taking a decent chunk of damage out of Tyrande and Vala there. Lucio doing what he can to try and... Oh, this might... I mean, it is Johanna. I don't think they're really going to get a kill on her that early in the game, but she did take a decent chunk of damage, and Lucio getting some value there. And Chromie just chunking Malfurion down to about 1/3 of his health. So that was actually a great combo by Chromie there. And it does look like we're going to go into Johanna going bottom lane to clear and get some soak there. While the rest of AA stays mid lane. Tyrande coming up, looking to maybe save KT, who took a big chunk of damage between Muradin and Chromie, and now finds herself in a little bit of trouble. Not quite enough to die, but enough to take a huge amount of damage. And KT is going to go ahead and return to base, giving Feral Clan a nice little advantage in the middle lane right now. Neither team has enough gems to turn in. Both of them are just working on the soak, with Arthritic Abathurs slightly ahead in that department. But Vala may be in a bad position here if they can get a stun on her, but cannot. And that's one thing that's interesting about both these teams. There's not a whole lot of CC here. We do have Muradin with the stun. We have Tassadar with eventually the force wall. Lucio with a knockback on the side of Feral Clan. And we have KT and Tyrande as the primary stuns. I mean, Johanna does it, but her stun is so short. Vala, if she goes that ultimate at 10, and roots on Malfurion, but I don't expect to see the ETC style, oh, we totally stunned you out and got a kill play here. And Feral Clan does pull off getting enough gems turned in to get a Web Weaver wave to spawn, and they are already posturing to put the most damage as possible on the top lane, helping with the boss if they secure a boss later on. Muradin might have gone a little too deep here. Muradin and Lucio taking a lot of damage. Muradin's going to go down. Lucio's going to go down. That's 2 kills on the side of AA. That was actually a really good engage for AA. Not so great for Feral Clan. Muradin just getting a little too excited there and looking to maybe try and secure that whole wall before the Web Weavers even got into position. So AA just cleaning up. It's 4 members of AA in the top lane working on it. Vala in the middle lane trying to clean up this huge wave. She's going to be joined by the rest of her compatriots now that they have finished clearing up the top wave. And this is going to force Feral Clan into the bottom lane to try and get the rest of this wall that Tassadar has been assisting the Web Weaver with. So they do get the bottom wall. They do have vision because of Chromie's time trap that just got sprung. And they may even, yes, it does look like Feral Clan's going to get the bottom lane fort. But they may have overstayed their welcome. They need to really be looking to get out now. They don't want to fall into that same trap they did last time. Alright, so Feral Clan was able to disengage and now kind of hanging out saying, alright, what are we going to do? We don't have the gems to turn in. Clearly they do. We're going to go ahead and look for an engage, and KT getting low and Muradin getting low. Both teams ready to just go ahead and back out of there. Greymane did go Wizened Duelist. So that should be interesting to see if he can build his stacks quick enough. Johanna going the healing build. And Malfurion still considering what he wants his level 7 talent to be. I think he's waiting to see if he needs that cleanse or not. So both teams just soaking. AA definitely has enough gems to turn in, and it looks like they may attempt to do that now, but with Chromie right there, it's never an easy thing to do. Feral Clan actually doing a pretty good job of trying to goaltend here and keep AA from turning in their gems to get a spider wave, and soaking at the same time, at least mid wave. So they're actually doing a pretty good job. However, okay, so AA did actually get a turn in finished. If they had waited another half second, they may have been 10 already, but now they're 10, so I expect to see AA try to engage here with their Web Weavers and their heroic abilities while they have those for you know, let's say a half a level before Feral Clan gets theirs. So we do have, it looks like, most of AA going bottom lane. So they're going to go ahead. Yep, they're going to push bottom lane and leave the other 2 lanes alone for the time being. Oh, and they blew up. Wow. Lucio and Greymane just instantly getting melted. And AA pushing in, looking to get this bottom fort and possibly another kill. But now Feral Clan has their heroic abilities, and they are looking to use them. But Tassadar taking a ton of damage and going down there. Now Chromie's in trouble, and she might be next. Yes, she is. That's 4 for nothing and staggered, no less. So AA looking to push really hard with this set of Web Weavers. Going up middle lane. It looks like mid lane Web Weavers by themselves have gotten the front wall down. I don't know that they're going to be able to push this into the fort, but it looks like they're going to try. And they might, yes they do indeed, get a kill on Greymane again. Putting a lot of damage into Lucio and Muradin there. Possibly now Lucio is going to escape into the safety of his keep wall. And this should be another fort for AA. That fort is really, if you sneeze on that fort, it's going down. Johanna leading with Blessed Shield and looking to get a kill on, they do get a kill on Lucio again. And that's going to be mid-fort down as well. So all 3 forts on the side of Feral Clans are down. And AA has secured themselves a 2.5 level lead. And enough gems for a back-to-back turn. And AA going hard and looking to end this quickly with another blow-up kill on Tassadar. And a death on the side of Muradin. AA is playing great. Alright, so second Web Weaver wave. I'd actually like to see AA push top with this wave and possibly set up for a boss after that. Because if they can get a keep or 2, they can definitely be in a good position to end with that boss push. But by going top with their Web Weaver, they'll set up for the boss. Maybe they can get another pick or 2 while they do it. And they might even set themselves up to be 16 versus 13 at that point. We'll just have to see how that goes. But I definitely like the decision to go top over going mid or bottom at this point. I would like to see them engage, though. They're all kind of hanging back in. There it is. There's the engage they were looking for, and that is some great synergy. Stun into stun into stun into you guys take a ton of damage. We're coming for you. Tyrande Starfall has dropped. Greymane is really low there and has to tap. And the damage is coming out. This is going to be a keep wall for sure. And possibly the keep if they stick around. I personally at this point would like to see him just take keep wall and go to another lane. Keep wall is worth a lot of XP. And they're at 15 right now. They do have a tier advantage. But if they just go while they're 15. Oh, but this could be a kill. Greymane's really low. Tassadar has to back off. They could push this keep right now. Backing out is the safer move, and it does look like that's what they're going to do. So I like that move. Maybe set up to ambush boss. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Start boss or set up to start boss, but don't actually start boss. And as soon as Feral Clan comes in to stop you, blow them up again. And maybe that's what they're going to do. Daz has a lot of gems. Maybe they're looking to just turn in all their gems. They're holding 43 of the 60 they need. And then go towards boss. But it looks like they may actually just look for an engage here. Yeah, they're just going to clear this wave. They might engage if they can get it on more favorable terms. But right now it does not look like that's going to happen. So instead, they're going to go ahead and they're going to steal Feral Clan's Bruiser Camp. I really like this decision. Feral Clan really can't engage here. It's still, they're still down a tier. And at this rate, actually, AA is going to be up 16 versus 13 if they can clear a couple more waves. There's a good-sized wave in this bottom lane. Johanna going into it right now. Clear that. Maybe get the Siege Giants or get the Siege Giants and your Bruiser Camp. And they do have 16. So 16 versus 12. All right, there's 13 for Feral Clan. So we do have 16 versus 13. Okay. They don't... AA doesn't quite have enough for a turn. Actually, neither team has enough for a turn-in. So it does look like they're going to get as many camps as they can here and paint the map blue, as it were. I like that decision. I'd like to see them possibly go... Well, now you have Feral Clan right on top of you. So going top may not be your best decision here. Can't hurt, though. Set up and do a boss bush. I like that better than setting up on the turn-in. But let's see. There's nothing left except for the boss to get or turn-in gems, which AA does actually have enough for another Webweaver wave. So they could turn in here and put that much more pressure on Feral Clan. If they're going to turn in here, though, I'd like to see them actually start boss while they do the turn-in. So they could have boss and Webweaver wave pushing at the same time. But I do see everybody turning in, so I don't think that's going to be an option here. No, so they do have another Webweaver wave pushing for them, which is actually pretty good, with 2 keeps fully exposed, and the third might as well be fully exposed, right? They should be looking to get a keep out of this Webweaver wave. At least 1, if not 2. And again, it looks like AA is going to go ahead and push top lane, which will open it up for the boss, especially if they can take this keep all the way down. Of course, it is 17 versus 14, so all of Feral Clan's is disadvantage, and that's probably a dead Murd in there. So they are pushing in hard and looking to get kills. That is a dead Lucio. And with this keep, they could actually just push core and finish, having killed both Murden and Lucio. Greymane's low, Tassadar's low. Yeah, I think the right move here at this point is just push in and win, especially with the kill on Greymane. You have to look out for Chromie because she can pump out a lot of damage. But if you can stay near her and try to force her into doing something silly, just like AA is doing right now. You got your damage dealers on the core, and you have your tank trying to CC Chromie as much as possible. That should, in fact, be game. They did kill Murden again, and they are putting a ton of damage on that core, especially with the second Webweaver pushing in. That is definitely going to be GG, even with the Tyrande death. So, great game to AA. Arthritic Abathurs taking out Feral Clan there in their best of 1.